children are awake, so I'm hiding. I missed this one like 2 or 3 days ago. ICANN came out with Crazy. They decided it would be a good idea to have top-level domain names with extensions that you know in common file formats like .docx and .xls domain names. Like, in a fit of genius, they concluded there were no technical reasons not to do this. That's not going to end badly, is it? Because the only people registering that besides Microsoft are going to be not nice people. Or some weird startup that does stuff with Excel files. So Google. Yesterday, the DNS provider DIN came under attack, in part from the Mirai botnet, so I guess they're like crabs now. Mirai botnet exploits the Internet of Things, but it's not quite all the Internet of Things. It's also anything that runs the BusyBox Linux distro, which is basically most of the internet-facing devices that you have, cameras and stuff like that. Obviously unpatched, obviously with weak credentials. It wasn't the only botnet that contributed, but it was part of it. And because, hey, DNS is the thing that makes the internet work, and because it's highly centralized these days, it took out a number of companies. Cases where we need an IoT, a hyperscale defense. And there's this great talk I saw yesterday on hyperscale internet defenses. A hyperscale defense is one that is like 1,000,000 times better. They're large structural changes. So, for example, blocking RFC 1918 IP addresses, or automatically making all mail clients not open attachments. Those are hyperscale defenses. They have massive outcome for very minimal input. Really how the attacks work is that it was a whole bunch of random requests being routed through recursive DNS servers that eventually hit DIN. And I'm guessing they prefixed the CNAME or something like that. And so that resulted in the DNS servers being overloaded and unable to serve legitimate responses. There's not much that DIN could have done. It's like an elephant stepping on ants, except in this case, the elephant was made up of like billions of ants. Really, the hyperscale defense in this situation is writing DNS servers, specifically recursive DNS servers, that are very hard to make them open so that anybody can talk to them, and exhibit some intelligence in terms of rate limiting and acting like, hey, you've asked for the same thing in slightly different ways 17 times. Let me stop you or throttle you. It's going to be up to the internet service providers that provide these services. So the IoT device makers need to do a better job, of course, as always. So maybe somebody can build a free, secure, self-updating distro. Music. Children. Early morning. Please hit the subscribe button, because if we can get to 100 subscribers, we can get like a fancy URL that says Liquidmatrix TV. Please.